Magandang araw sa inyo mga estudyante. My name is Professor Jeremiah Elioso and this is THC 111 Philippine Culture and Tourism Geography. And patuloy nga tayo sa pagsasaliksik at pag-aaral ng mga magagandang tanawin dito sa ating bansang Pilipinas. At ngayon nga ay tayo ay pag-aaralan natin ang iba't ibang kultura at mga gandang tanawin sa Region 6 o ang Western Visayas Region. At ngayon nga ay iniimbitahan ko kayo upang ating tuklasin at tayo ay mamangha sa napakagandang bayan ng Antique. Ang Antique ay kilala bilang Marble Central of Panay o minsan ito ay tinatawag na where the mountain meets the sea sapagkat ang marami sa mga tanawin dito sa Antique ay magkalapit lamang ang mga tourist destination ng kabundukan at ang karagatan. At ating tingnan kung ano nga ba ang may offer ng bayan ng Antique. Atin munang siyasatin ang geographical profile ng Antique. On the north of Antique is yung dulong portion ng Aklan o ang Hintutulo Channel. On the east is Capiz and Iloilo. On the west is Pandan Bay and Sulusi. And on the south is Iloilo Strait. Kaya kung mapapansin natin, on the western portion of Antique, mayaman sila sa mga yamang dagat and mga tourist destination na may kinalaman sa dagat. When it comes to the profile of Antique, the province is home to the indigenous Iraynon, Bukidnon, who are the speakers of a dialect of the Binirayan language who have crafted the only rice terraces cluster in the Visayas through the indigenous knowledge and sheer vernacular capabilities. And later on, makikita natin ano nga ba yung tinatagong yaman ng Antique. And it is shocking to find out na meron palang ganitong natatanging yaman sa bayan ng Antique. So the rice terraces of the Iraynon, Bukidnon are divided into 3 terrace fields. So ito yung Antique rice terraces. So this is recently been discovered as cultural treasure in the province of Antique, who have thought that in a silent valley of the province lies the most preserved approximately 200-year-old rice terraces sprawling on a 600-hectare agricultural lands built by the Iraynon Bukidnon indigenous group. A viewing area offers a breathtaking scenery of the rice terraces being irrigated by 2 waterfalls nearly and surrounded by the towering forest-clad mountain. It is a lovely valley, but to get on-site, it requires conquering 5 mountains and crossing river on a roughly 5-hour challenging trek. So hindi biro ang makarating dito sa Antique rice terraces, no? Kailangan mo munang magpagod bago mo masilayan ang natatanging ganda ng Antique rice terraces. So the rice terraces of the Iraynon Bukidnon are divided into 3 terrace fields, and these are the Lublob rice terraces, Bakiang rice terraces, and San Agustin rice terraces. All of these 3 rice terrace cluster have been researched by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and the various scholars from the University of the Philippines. There have been campaigns to nominate this natural wonder in that along with the Central Panay Mountain Range into UNESCO World Heritage List. So napakagandang pagmasdan na meron tayong ganito na hindi lamang ito matatagpuan sa Banawe or in the Cordillera region, pero ang Visayas ay meron ding natatanging ganda na kagaya ng nasa sa Luzon or ang nasa sa Cordillera. At ngayon nga ay isa na namang natural wonder ang maipamalas ng bayan ng Antique at ang ito ay ang Rafflesia speciosa. Ang Rafflesia speciosa is the biggest flower in the world which can only be found in Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, with at least 10 out of the 27 known species ay matatagpuan dito sa Pilipinas. But Unlike any other flowers, it has a foul odor attracting flies instead of bees, and it displays its full bloom only in 3 to 4 days before it withers. So unknown to many, Rafflesia is actually a parasite that depends on tropical grapevine, which are common in the highlands of Antique, particularly in the town of Barbasa, Sibalom, Culasi, and San Remigio, which is dubbed as the summer capital of the Philippines. At alam nyo ba na ang Rafflesia ay kinoconsider as the official state flower of Indonesia at ang Surat Thani province in Thailand. So kumbaga, this is one of their identity bilang bansa. And maalala ko lang when I visited the National Museum of Natural Wonder, on the exhibit are the replica of Rafflesia speciosa, and I'd just like to show you the picture when I visited National Museum featuring Rafflesia speciosa. Okay, and so moving forward, another tourist destination na pinagmamalaki ng Antique ay ang Sekko Island. Although ito ay hindi masyadong binibisita because of the difficulty of getting into this island. Medyo it takes long hours before you get into the Sekko Island. This is considered to be one of the most beautiful islands in Antique, and it's quite known in the entire country. And it is named as such because of its shape na parang hugis, siko, or elbow. It's a flat elbow-shaped island which features a 1.5-kilometer stretch of white sand beach and a spectacular sandbar surrounded by crystal clear turquoise waters. Aside from the trees and the white sand, there's nothing more on the island that makes it a perfect destination for visitors who just want to relax the beach and enjoy the different water activities on the island. So, pwede ka dyang mag-kite surfing, and maraming bumibisita dito na turista, no, to enjoy the island. So the island is very remote and it requires 2-hour boat ride from the mainland. And our next destination is Maldison Island. So this is common or also called as Mararison Island by the locals, and it's one of the best tourist spots in Antique. It is a 55-hectare island of rolling hills covered with grasses, stretches of white sand, and pebble beaches and rock formation. On the beachfront, there is a lovely 100-meter shifting sandbar surrounded by clear blue waters teeming with marine life, best for swimming and snorkeling. And the most recommended thing that you can do on the island is aakyat ka on top of the rolling hills, and you would have a great view of the 360-degree spectacular view of the entire island. And they call this Lantawan. So, I do hope that I would be able to visit the island and take selfie and enjoy the beach with some of my friends. Okay, so let's continue our tour around the place. Our next destination is Malumpati Cold Spring and Bugang River. The calm river flowing in the Malumpati Cold Spring is the reputable Bugang River, recognized as the cleanest inland body of water in the Philippines and have received several awards over the years. Aside from this, Bugang River is a famous destination for river tubing in Antique. Yung river tubing is yung parang sasakay ka sa salbabida and with rope, parang ganon. I-enjoy mo lang yung agos ng tubig and you'll have a great view of the place and just be mesmerized by the cold water and the very nice ambiance of the place. So just 15-minute walk away from the premises of Malumpati Cold Spring is the main spring source of Bugang River, which forms a very deep and enchanting blue-green lagoon. But unfortunately, swimming is prohibited. Few steps below the lagoon marks the start of Bugang River tubing adventure from a free-flowing of the river to the rushing rapids passing through the towering trees and vegetation on the riverside. So the adventure ends when Malumpati Cold Spring is reached back. Okay, so in Antique, they are celebrating Binirayan Festival. This festival is celebrated in Antique as a way to commemorate the arrival of the 10 Bornean Datus in Hamtic town way back in the mid-19th century Borneo region. The fascinating thing about the Binirayan is that contrary to popular belief that this event is held to honor the Malay roots of the locals in Antique. This festival has been held almost every year since 1974, and since 2011 it has consistently been held in the month of December. Binirayan literally means where they sailed to, as in where the Bornean Datus sailed to when they came to the island of Panay. And so this makes it perfect sense that the festival is open with a parade from the Pantalan port to Malandog Beach in the area where it is believed to have been the docking point for their ancestors. So syempre, in every festival, hindi dyan mawawala yung mga iba't ibang activities, pageantry, showcase of the many agricultural produce, street dancing, parade, and merriment, and culinary exchange. So speaking of culinary exchange, um, ang ang lugar na ito ay bukod sa although contrary to popular belief that Antique had its reputation na parang lugar daw to ng mga aswang or mga kakaibang lamang lupa or nilalang, but then slowly it's parang regaining its glory to be a place where there's a lot of beautiful tourist destination and a lot of good food that you can enjoy when you visit the place. So they also boast marble products and gemstones that you can have or you can purchase as pasalubong. And also they have many beautiful handicrafts made from bamboo, buri, bariw, rattan, patajong weave, abaca products, and muscovado sugar. So they have this delicacy called butong-butong, which is a soft, chewy, and elastic candy stick or candy cane version of tira-tira made from sugar cane molasses, calamansi juice, and sesame seeds. So kung sa America, they have the Christmas candy cane. Dito sa Pilipinas, we have our butong-butong. So napakatamis niyan, medyo masakit sa ngipin, kaya medyo hinay-hinay lang sa pag-consume ng butong-butong. And also another sweet delicacy is bandi. I super love this one. This is a food that Antiqueños love to eat. And the process of making this bandi is you need to pre-cook the muscovado sugar as it reaches the boiling point. Then ilalagay mo yung mani and the sesame seeds, and if flatten mo lang siya sa tray, and then when it's cooled, you can shape that into whatever shape that you want. Sometimes it's being sold bilog or rectangular or square. So these are the things that Antique has to offer. So make sure that you list this on your places to visit or travel bucket list. And I guess that's just a glimpse of what Antique has to offer. So see you on our next travel.